Hamels was a 2008 World Series MVP.
The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. The Philadelphia Phillies are 2008 World Champions of Baseball.
7 years later, he was traded to Texas, where he made an immediate impact.
Odor charges. He's got it. He throws. He got him. And the American League West has been won by the Texas Rangers.
Lance Lynn was a rookie when the Cardinals won a World Series in 2011.
Back is Craig. What a team. What a ride. The Cardinals are world champs.
Now he is a Ranger, and he makes his Texas debut against a familiar foe. Opening week is presented by TD Ameritrade. Hey, the sun has come out. It's a cool one this afternoon for the Rangers and Cubs. Final time of this three-game series interleague play. And today, a rubber match between these two teams. Welcome in, everybody. Great to be with you today. I'm Dave Remmett alongside CJ Nitkowski. The Rangers and Cubs one more time. Last night was a wild one. Who knows what's in store today? But, CJ, one thing we do know. Last night, the Rangers' offensive approach worked.
It certainly did, and we're starting to see what Chris Woodward has talked about. That's guys teaching and learning about all that. Patience is a big one, and they reached base safely 23 times in their 44 plate appearances. You see the 12 walks. That's the most in a single game since 2011 when the Rangers did it 13 times. And we really focus on the young guys in the middle. And Rougned Odor, of course, has been here for a couple of years, has had some big seasons, but has gotten off to a really nice start. Nomar Mazara, Mr. Consistency here with this Rangers club. The big home run that we saw on opening day, just an absolute bomb. And then Joey Gallo last night did it in a big way. So far to start the season, in 27 plate appearances, those three guys have walked 7 times. That's good for a .444 on base percentage.
So far, so good. Hopefully more of the same today. For a little more on this Rangers offense, let's say hi to Emily Jones.
Yeah, we've heard it since his introductory press conference. Chris Woodward saying we have to teach these guys to trust the process, not chase the results. He's been preaching it, and we saw it come to fruition in just the second game of the season last night. When you talked to Joey Gallo after the game, he reiterated what Chris Woodward has been telling his guys. That's the thing about this group. We're just resilient. Everybody believes, and we're going to keep coming and keep coming. If we keep fighting and keep fighting, we're going to come back. Slowly but surely, we started to come back. That's exactly what happened last night. That's going to be our identity as a team. We're just going to fight to the end every game. In his post-game press conference, Chris Woodward heard those comments from Joey Gallo and said it basically brought a tear to his eye to know that that's what Joey thought in those moments after that game when he hit the 3-run bomb that put this team ahead. And so to see that process yield some results so early on is important for this team as a whole, not just with the offense, but with the pitching staff as well. More on this one when we return, including the boys putting today's starting pitchers in the spotlight, the former Ranger Cole Hamels and the new Ranger Lance Lynn when we return.
Rangers baseball on Fox Sports Southwest is brought to you by Ford. Ford Truck Month is going on now. Frontier Communications. Don't go it alone. And Baylor Scott & White Health. Changing healthcare for the better. Got folks still coming in this afternoon for the final game of this series. The Cubs and the Rangers. First 2 games been pretty entertaining. We'll see which outlasts the other this afternoon in this rubber match. So we talked about our Shiner Box Spotlight being the starting pitchers today. Kind of a fun matchup.
Yeah, it certainly is, of course, for the Rangers. Very familiar with this guy, the lefty Cole Hamels. In his 12 starts with the Cubs, though, has been very good since he left Texas last year. It's a 4-3 record, 2.36 ERA. Lots of changeups and cutters to keep an eye on that go along with that fastball for Cole Hamels. And he's going up against new Ranger Lance Lynn, the right-hander, joining the rotation new for 2019. And he's had a very good and consistent career has Lance Lynn. You see the numbers there, 87 wins to 52 losses. Very respectable 3.57 ERA. And he's always been a guy that has given his club innings. He signs a 3-year deal this past winter with the Rangers, and the idea of bringing stability to the rotation along with Mike Minor. The veteran gets his first go of it today.
All right, so we are moments away from getting this one started today. Let's take a look at the Chicago Cubs lineup. Now, they've scored plenty of runs here in these first 2 days, 18 total runs in 2 games. And then we'll start it off with left fielder Ben Zobrist, Chris Bryant at third, Anthony Rizzo at first base. The heart of the order has Baez, Schwarber, and Daniel Descalso getting a start at second base today. Hayward's in right field, Almora in center bats 8th, and Victor Caratini gets the start behind the plate.
Go ahead and take a look at the pitch arsenal for Lance Lynn and what he used a year ago. And you're going to see both the 4 and the 2-seam fastball. That pitch, both of those pitches average about 93, 94 miles an hour. The curveball is the first go-to secondary pitch. The changeup as well, but the curveball really was the good one for him. Just a 175 batting average against that pitch. You also see the whiff rate on the 4-seam fastball. That has been very good. So it's kind of the standard combination, 4-seam fastball, curveball for Lance Lynn.
All right, and he gets us started today with a strike to Ben Zobrist. I mentioned a cool afternoon, 54 degrees at game time today. And a chilly one last night. That one just a little bit low.
James Hoy behind the plate tonight, or excuse me, I should say this afternoon. The umpiring crew, he's got a little bit of a tight zone, doesn't call the edges as much over the course of his career, so don't expect too many of those close pitches to be called strikes today. And that'll play for both of these guys that are strike throwers, but we know Cole Hamels likes to live around the edges a little bit, and we also know he gets frustrated when he doesn't get calls, so keep an eye on how that goes this afternoon.
Well, a 2-1 to Zobrist. And that was pretty close. Just missed that inside corner. So Lynn now forced ostensibly to come a little bit more over the plate here against a pretty dangerous hitter. And that's a full count.
Of course, Zobrist is a switch hitter. Since the beginning of last year, he's hit .336 against lefties, and he's he that much stronger against lefties. So it's pretty good against righties as well. He hit .292, but he's got an OPS of .822. League average is around .740. So he is slugged and hit for average from both sides of the plate.
Off a great year last year for him offensively. Rolls this one toward the middle of the diamond. Odor is there, and there's our first out of the ball game.
Let's take a look at the Rangers defense this afternoon, which is delivered to you by Texas Farm Bureau Insurance. It's Joey Gallo, Delano DeShields, and Nomar Mazara in the outfield for Chris Woodward's club. And in his infield, it's Cabrera, Andrews, Odor, Logan Forsythe getting his first start over at first base, and Jeff Mathis behind the plate.
Forsythe getting his first time now in a Rangers uniform. Swinging and a miss by Bryant as Lynn went right after him. Fastball down the middle. Bryant 2 for 7 in this series with a double and a home run. He's driven in 3. He's had a nice series for the Cubs offensively. Today back at third base. National League MVP in 2016. Last year really battled through some injuries, and it slowed his offensive game down just a touch. And they are hopeful for a big comeback year from him in Chicago. 1-2 the count.
Yeah, health being the biggest factor really for Chris Bryant. And so good over the course of his career. Part of the reason that their offense nosedived a little bit in the second half.
He gets the shift for a right-handed hitter that we used to talk about as being rare. But more and more, I saw a story the other day, the great Jason Stark of The Athletic, and you see Odor now starting to slide a little more toward a traditional spot. But last year there were over 11,000 shifts on right-handed hitters.
Used to be like Albert Pujols only, right, for a while?
High fly ball out to right field, pretty deep. but not deep enough as Mazzara into the shadows makes the play, and there are 2 gone.
It's not as bad as it was yesterday. The wind was really bad. It's blowing, but yesterday was really difficult. And Nomar Mazzara knows this right field as good as anybody as he goes from the sun to the shadows. But he also knows you can't make any assumptions in right field here at Globe Life Park. That ball carries pretty well to right field. Not as bad as it used to when this place first opened up, but there's still some carry there. And try not to drift the balls and never assume that you're under one or have a beat on it until it's in your glove.
Fastball to Rizzo just off that inside corner. Anthony Rizzo, left-handed hitting first baseman, 1 for 6 in this series, but he's walked 4 times as well. And he has given the Cubs a couple of really big at-bats in this series. And he tries to bunt it down that third base side. So the Cubs, I guess, if we're to take one thing from this series, Joe Maddon is saying if you're going to give our left-handed hitters that left side of the infield, we will bunt it.
So Kyle Schwarber do it. Not only did he attempt it, but he attempted it twice in one at bat. That's the one thing, right? Is that usually you see a guy do it once and you don't really see him attempt it again. Well, Schwarber did, and he got it down, and you see Rizzo there thinking about doing it again as well. And when you have this kind of lineup, you can do that, right? They can slug throughout this lineup up and down. And so it's not a terrible idea to pass the torch. You're not relying on 1 or 2 guys to drive runs in. And so you say, well, Anthony Rizzo can slug. Why would he bunt? Well, go ahead and pass it on the guy right behind him who finished second in MVP last year.
A swing and a miss. Lynn with a strikeout completes a perfect first inning. Nothing but fastballs from the right-hander. And now the Rangers coming to bat.
Support your favorite college at Fanatics.com. The largest assortment of officially licensed fan gear from more than 500 colleges. Every conference, every team. Shop now and get today's special offer. Fanatics.com. Officially licensed everything.
I'm Drew Brees, and I'm a quarterback.
I'm Alex Ruiz, and I'm a quarterback.
I've thrown a touchdown pass to win a game.
I've thrown a touchdown pass to win a game.
I've experienced victory and defeat.
Victory and defeat.
But I've never had to fight back after losing my leg. I salute challenged athletes like Alex Ruiz, the true heroes of sport.
Thanks to CAF, I'm getting back into the game.
At this point of year, every point is huge.
He scores! That's a finish and score! Tyler Seguin's big move at center. Alexander Radulov back on the board. Gonna wind down, and Ben Bishop has done it again.
The Globe Life Texas Rangers Baseball and Softball Grant Program is accepting applications now. Eligible organizations in these states could receive a grant for field renovation, equipment needs, or other program improvements. Go to texasrangers.com/grants to apply.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in our coverage on Fox Sports.
Opening week is presented by TD Ameritrade. Now, first win of the career. Chris Woodward as manager last night. That was pretty exciting. And now looking for his first series win if he can get it today. And if Lance Lynn continues to pitch as he did in the first, well, he'll be in pretty good shape. Lynn used all fastballs in that first inning. A 1-2-3 first. And now we'll face Javi Baez, Kyle Schwarber, and Daniel Descalso. Whoa. Be careful.
And that's about as much energy that you can put into a swing as possible here from Baez, and it's fastball right down the middle. It's kind of fun as a pitcher, right? I mean, throwing the breaking ball, making guys look foolish, but just if he could have fallen, that would have been the ultimate, I think, for Lance Lynn.
Another heater, and boy, I'll tell you what, he's hitting spots right on the edges, just not getting the calls yet. 2-1.
It's a good follow-up here. They were trying to go down and away, but still this one finished up and away, and looked like they might have caught the corner.
Square things up. Now Baez, of all people in this series, off to the best start. You see the numbers there. 2 homers and 5 RBIs for him. And he did something yesterday he rarely does, and that is he walked. And just 1 strikeout so far for the free-swinging, very aggressive Javier Baez.
One of the things we don't have yet that I'd like to see available to both broadcasters and fans, right? We get exit velocity, distances, bat speed. Like when we see Baez take that swing, that 1-0 swing, I want to know how fast that barrel was going through the zone and how that measures.
Lofts this one out to right field. Routine play out there for Mazzaro, 1 away. I can tell you on that swing and a miss, it was a bit quicker through the zone on that one. Here's Kyle Schwarber.
Well, because I think that was really something that would have a lot of use, right? Especially for pitchers. If you throw that off-speed pitch, you get a guy off balance, and he can't put his best swing on it, right? Because he's unbalanced. So yeah, I got his average bat speed off by 10 miles an hour when I threw that changeup. Now, it's not to say that you can't get a hit, because if you still square a baseball up, even if you don't have your hardest swing, you certainly could turn it into a hit. But in this age of data and numbers, I feel like that should be an easy one, but I've asked around. It seems like not as easy as it may seem.
Yeah, that's one they're still kind of working on. Big swing and a miss that time by Schwarber.
So this will be the challenging part for Lance Lynn today. He had Anthony Rizzo, who he struck out, but now he gets the 3 lefties in a row: Schwarber, Descalso, and Hayward. And a year ago, lefties hit .299 with an .841 OPS against Lance Lynn. Strikeout rate dropped significantly. Strikeout righties at a much higher rate. 29% on the righties, just 16% on the lefties. Especially this club does such a great job of working the count. So for Lance Lynn, even though he did strike out Anthony Rizzo, it's about him trying to induce that weak contact against these lefties.
Misses wide that time. 2-2 the count on Schwarber. Pretty much all fastballs early on here. I think
3 sliders.
Yeah,
that's
3
it.
sliders.
That's it. Of the 24, I guess it's 25 now that he's thrown. But you can get through the lineup, especially this lineup. Mostly fastballs. That'd be pretty impressive.
This ball hit well out to left center. Back on it is DeShields, and that one is gone. We got ahead of him 0-2. But Schwarber, with his 2nd home run of the season, puts the Cubs on the board first this afternoon.
We mentioned the heavy use of the fastball for Lance Lynn so far this afternoon. This is fastball number 24 that he has thrown today. 4-seamer. Stayed pretty straight. They were trying to get it inside a little bit more, and it got out over the plate. And with the hat, yes, indeed.
Yeah, not bad. It's a good play.
Was Ariel that caught that?
There's a breaking ball. That was me. I got it. He made that look pretty chill, pretty easy. That's not an easy play.
It's not. Make sure you keep the hand out of there. Well done. No expression.
Teammates were obviously moved. Did he go? Yes, he did. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Daniel Descalso. And this, the 1,000th career game for Descalso. Signed a 2-year deal with the Cubs in December, and he takes strike 3 called. 2nd strikeout of the game for Lynn.
Good job by Lance Lynn to bounce back after the home run from Schwarber, painting this fastball right on the corner. And look at Jeff Mathis A good look. Listen, when a guy hits the spots, it's always a little bit easier as far as your ability to receive, but keeping it still there, giving James Hoy a good look at it.
So 2 away for Jason Hayward. And he swings hard. Lofts this one way up there into center field. The shield's coming on. That will end the inning. But the Kyle Schwarber home run has given the Cubs the early lead after 1.5.
The countdown to the Cup continues on FS1.
This is spectacular.
Led by Alex Morgan and Megan Rapinoe.
The shot, Rapinoe!
The U.S. women's national team prepares to defend their title this summer.
Goal for the United States!
As a showdown against World Cup contender Australia awaits. USA-Australia. Thursday at 9 Eastern on FS1. Sponsored by Volkswagen, the presenting partner of U.S. Soccer.
Fox Sports Southwest is your home for Rangers baseball all season long. All the great plays. The biggest hits. In division rivalries. Don't miss a moment. Rangers baseball all season long on Fox Sports Southwest and streaming live on Fox Sports Go.
History doesn't just happen. People make it. Jackie Robinson made history by taking the field. You too can make history. Help Jackie Robinson Foundation scholars become the next generation of trailblazers and history makers. To support the Jackie Robinson Foundation, visit www.jackie.robinson.org.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in our coverage on Fox Sports.
Slow start for this Rangers offense so far today. 4-0 our score. Time now for a Progressive Insurance turning point. And boy, yesterday, 3-run homer in the 8th inning for Gallo. His 3rd career go-ahead home run in the 8th inning or later. But the first time that his 8th inning or later home run turned a deficit into a lead. What a great moment that was last night.
Yeah, very cool for Joey Gallo. Showed some emotion as he was crossing home plate and after the game as well, talking about how much he loves this team, what they're about right now, what they're trying to accomplish. There's an example of what Joey's working on, not swinging at that high pitch. Looks so good coming in. Chris Woodward has talked about the idea if he can get a little bit more discipline, that means the pitchers are going to be forced to come into the zone a little bit more like that. And then there's opportunities to do more damage. Now, here's the other part of today with Joey Gallo. He gets moved up in the lineup so far in 2 of the 3 starts and 2 that have been started by left-handed pitchers because of this. Going back to the beginning of last year, this is obviously both lefty and righties as far as those hitters. You see Arenado's story in there is most home runs against left-handed pitching. Nobody's hit more than Joey Gallo. So you think, oh, would you want to sit him against John Lester or Cole Hamels? No, it's the opposite. Not only is he not sitting, but he's moved up in the order. Mazara goes down a little bit. Now Mazara's got the better batting average, but Joey's got and has shown more power.
Stays alive, 2-2.
So that'll be a trend for this season, right? New trends. Rugen Odor hitting second, regardless of pitcher. Against lefties, Joey Gallo goes up. Nomar Mazara comes down a little bit. Delano DeShields leads off. That's the other thing we've seen against lefties. Pence in for Chu.
Swing and a miss. And Gallo strikes out to start the 4th inning. Yeah, well, Pence coming up now against the left-hander, but not exactly a straight platoon, right, Emily?
No, not at all. And Chris Woodward was asked about it today because last night he said it's not a platoon situation entirely. In fact, Chu will be in the lineup tomorrow, meaning today. And then we got to the ballpark and he was not in the lineup. So when we went into his office, I said, hey, so what gives with the Chu thing? And he said, honestly, I just didn't look far enough ahead, and Chu's going to be playing a good chunk of these next, several games. And so we needed to get Hunter in the lineup when we could. So that's why we decided to make it happen today. He said, I talked to Chu. It's not a big deal, but it is not a straight platoon situation.
Yeah, he said something like Chu could play the next 10, 15 straight. So you got to take the opportunities as Pence lashes that one into left field. Rangers have a base runner in the 4th. And they've had a runner in every inning so far against Cole Hamels.
Good job here by Hunter Pence in there to face Cole Hamels. It's a backdoor breaking ball. Hunter Pence has got quite a few at-bats against Cole Hamels, but hasn't seen him since 2015. He's done a pretty good job against him over the course of his career. Hit a home run in 2015 against Cole Hamels. But think about this, right? As far as Hunter Pence and Chu, got the Astros coming up. They don't have any lefties in their rotation. The Angels after that, I don't believe they have any lefties in their rotation. So that's why Hunter Pence gets these starts now to be able to keep him fresh. Now, the other thing in the conversation that we had with Woody today was his thoughts on pinch hitting, which were a little eye-opening to me. He said he didn't love pinch hitting. Doesn't love to do it because we had wondered, would there be some opportunities maybe for Chu when Delino started game 1? Could he pinch hit? We thought maybe Hunter Pence.
This ball out to the gap, right center field, gets down. Hayward just does reach out to grab it. Pence will stop at third on the Mazzara base hit. The Rangers may be building a little something here in the 4th.
Back-to-back good at-bats here against Cole Hamels. That's like a hanging cutter to Nomar Mazar. I mentioned this earlier. Nomar has done a good job from a batting average standpoint against lefties, and he gets something to handle here. A nice line drive into right center, and a very nice play by Jason Hayward, one of the best right fielders in the game. That gets by him. That's an easy double, maybe a triple, and certainly Hunter Pence would have easily scored.
All right, well, the Rangers 4 for 15 in this series with runners in scoring position. They've got a good guy up there, the veteran Asdrubal Cabrera, who has a hit already today. He was off to a real nice start, had a great spring training and a very good beginning to the regular season, and he hits this ball in the air out to center. Almora able to track it down, but it's deep enough to get Pence to the plate, and the sac fly breaks the scoring seal this afternoon for the Rangers. It's 4-1.
Take a look at the fastball from Cole Hamels. This is a good-looking swing from Asdrubal Cabrera. Just got under it a little bit, drives it out to deep right center field, one of the deepest parts of the ballpark. Like you said, just getting that first one across the board here, a little bit breaking that rhythm of Cole Hamels in the 4th.
Logan Forsythe 0 for 1 today, and he'll take a strike from Hamels. First start, first appearance in the early part of the season for Forsythe. Didn't play in either Thursday or Saturday's games. In a hole here, 0-2. And he was a real late addition for the Rangers. Not until last couple of days of February when he was signed. Spring training camp was already well underway. And as a non-roster invitee, nonetheless, breaks camp for opening day with his team in a very critical spot. He is the extra infielder.
Predominantly shortstop, right? That was the position that they really were concerned about as far as what they had as a backup. Even though Cabrera has played a bunch of short in his career, that's what he came up playing. They really want him to stay at third base, and so they were looking for that infielder that could play some short.
Yeah, I think that's what tipped or really dictated the way the scales tipped in this in that battle, because whomever it was going to have to be able to handle that position. Now today he's in there at first base, and he may be in there at second base on another day, but
which is his primary position. That's where he came up. 635 games played at second.
At the end of the day, they just needed somebody who they could trust to play any of the 4 spots.
And what we won't see, which we could, that's the part for me that I always wonder about. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa was such a good defensive infielder. As you take a look at
the positions that Logan Forsythe has played over the course of his career. That does include today. In a pinch, they could probably use Kiner Falefa, but they wanted to go out and get somebody else. And so Logan Forsythe ended up being that guy.
It was interesting talking to Izzy about that, because he made it very clear at the beginning of spring training. He said, "No, I'm not working on the infield anymore. They don't want me messing around with that." And he pointed out the reason why is the different glove motion. You know, as a catcher, you're trying to receive softly, frame, go with the ball a little bit. Whereas on the infield, you're stabbing at it a little more. And he's like, those are, competing philosophies.
Yeah, that is asking a lot. We made a big deal about it last year because you just don't see the super utility player that actually catches with any regularity at the big league level. Like Swihart does it a little bit with the Red Sox, or at least has done it, but that's a really good reason probably why you don't see it.
Forsythe lays off a very close one, and that's ball 4. Couple of base runners now. And Jeff Mathis comes up as the potential run. Hey, the Silver Boot Series starts up for real tomorrow. And this is the final year at Globe Life Park. That's right, the Astros in town. Monday through Wednesday, 7 o'clock each night. Go to TexasRangers.com or call 972-RANGERS to get your tickets. And come on out for the beginning of the Silver Boot Series 2019. Breaking ball. This is low. Mathis for ball 1.
The long look there from Cole Hamels, and the Rangers have done a nice job of frustrating him here in the 4th inning. Nice to be able to see them cash in at least one more of these runs.
Zara off there in the distance. Forsythe at first base, and the pitch is high. 2-0. All right, so Hamels now at that 70 pitch mark on the afternoon.
See move a fastball right here. See Jeff Mathis driving it in the gap. Potentially scoring 2 runs. Be a good opportunity right now to sit on that heater.
And that ball ripped just foul. Today is Jeff Mathis' 36th birthday, and I think that would be a really neat kind of thing for him. Just a little gift, a thoughtful gesture on the part of Cole Hamels. Spin a little cookie up there for him.
I think you've had enough cookies.
Well, no, there's a question about that. 2-1. Good cut at that one. That'll leave in the count. Mathis signed to a 2-year deal by the Rangers back in November. Great defensive catcher, really good personality and presence in that clubhouse. Works nicely with Kiner Falefa and this pitching staff. 2-2. And he'll take ball 3. So, one bad pitch away from loading them up for DeShields. And this has been a tougher inning for Hamels. This is the overall pitch count, but this will be number 25 here in the 4th. The payoff, runners go, and there's ball 4. They are loaded up.
There's that frustration on the face of Cole Hamels. A couple of times last year, saw some games get away from him as he gets ready to go 3rd time through the order. And what he did in those spots last year, 1st time, 2nd time, very good. 3rd time, opposing hitters putting up a .310 batting average, and a good time for a visit to Cole Hamels. Because it was that game in Detroit, kind of snowballed on him a little bit last year. All of a sudden the walks started kind of piling up. He's always had really good command over the course of his career. A little frustration here from Cole Hamels, and gets it back to the top of the lineup with the bases loaded. I want to make sure this doesn't get out of control. Hopefully, as I mentioned earlier, the Rangers can cash this one in. It'll be up to Delino DeShields now with 2 outs.
Now Delano still looking for his first hit of this 2019 season. 0 for 7 so far with 3 walks. Did collect his first stolen base of the year back in the 3rd inning. A big hit right here certainly would feel good. The Rangers have had the bases loaded a couple of times this weekend. 0 for 2 so far this weekend with the bases loaded. And Delano going right after that first offering. The Shields, another first-round draft pick, but that was by Houston back in 2010. For the Rangers, took him as a Rule 5 draftee. 1 strike pitch. Little high. Good eye. 1-1.
Very good. We saw Jeff Mathis take one of those for a ball. We saw him swing at a similar pitch. That is just one that's not going to get called today. It hasn't all afternoon. It's right at the top of the strike zone. But James Hoy has been very consistent in not calling that pitch.
Right, you would love, of course, to take advantage of the bases loaded spot here and get a big clump of runs all in one fell swoop. But you'd be perfectly happy here just to, a base hit somewhere and played a couple of them. It's Mazzara at third base. Forsythe, who walked, he's out at second, and Mathis also with a walkover at first. 2 away, the 1-2. Well, Delano will get another opportunity. Hamels getting a little bit on that fastball there at 94.
Yeah, he's still got something in there. Was the 35-year-old. But you're right. Now we saw Cole Hamels, and he's got so many different weapons and the ways that he can use them against right-handed hitters. Backdoor on the cutter with him last year was really successful. Looks like they're going to try to go in against Delano. There's the cutter there at 88 miles an hour. But we saw him really locked in at times, and he would just paint that thing, start a ball, and just catch the outside corner. And so Delano's seen it. He's got to be aware of it. He's got the changeup, good location on the fastball as well, that occasional curveball. So many different weapons, tough to protect against for Delano with 2 strikes.
2-2. Just missed.
Nice take. Nice take.
Wow.
I mentioned he hasn't got to hit that yet this year, so you know the anxiety levels there a little bit of wanting to do some damage. But again, consistency. The movement from Caratini tells you that was a ball, even though Cole Hamels was frustrated. If Caratini thinks it's a strike, he doesn't move his glove. When you know it's not, you move it a little bit and try to get a call.
He does have 3 walks so far. And a big full count pitch. Swung on, and that ball belted out to left field. It's got a shot. Gone! A grand slam for Delano to Shields. And he did get them all back. Look at that smile. Wow.
Well, what a way to get that first hit of the season for Delano to Shields. And to see the emotion pour out around the bases tells you all you need to know about how good that felt for the Rangers center fielder. And it goes back to laying off that pitch earlier. There was the tough slider down and in. The fastball just off the plate. Cole Hamels trying to work those corners. Delano was patient, waited, got the one that he needed to get in a full count. He did not miss it.
How about that? Rangers on top by a run. And Odor pops this one foul.
Let's take a look at the pitch. You knew Cole Hamels was going to have to come right to Delano. He was ready, caught it out front. And right into those left field bleachers. See Woody. Ear to ear for Delano as he trots around all 4.
On grounder into the shift, and Odor is the final out of the inning, but that won't dampen the spirits here. Delano DeShields on a full count pitch. There's your first hit of the season, and it scores 4 runs. The Rangers on top.
Yeah, let's get with it.
I would say it's.
Sports in Texas. It's where we all come together. It's our lifestyle. It's family. It's our home. And it doesn't get any better than this. Fox Sports Southwest, where we all defend home.
One of the first things I was looking forward to when retiring was being a fan. On the field, all you hear is, up there, your mother.
You telling me your parents didn't yell at you from time to time? Them same fans get frustrated. Like, the players don't care as much as I do.
I'm sorry, it's a hate-love relationship.
I disagree.
You disagree?
Oh, I disagree.
Let me drop a ball and see what happens on Twitter.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in our coverage on Fox Sports.
So the Rangers leading, and Fergie, busy guy today. There you go, 78 games remaining. See? That's how many are left. Very helpful. The Hall of Famer.
Got full applause, right? You got both fan bases that he appeals to.
Yeah, that was a great call to bring him in and have him for this Sunday and be able to be appreciated by both fan bases.
You're welcome. That was my idea.
Well, you are nothing if not a marketing genius. Descalso leading it off here, and he's ahead 2-0. Well, Lance Lynn, pretty efficient last inning. In fact, he's now retired 6 consecutive Cubs hitters. It's almost like he's beginning to settle in a little bit, get more comfortable. Fly ball out to left field. That ball carrying to a tough spot and gets down and bounces to the wall. Descalso with a leadoff double here in the 6th inning.
Descalso, a role player here with the Chicago Cubs, does a nice job in a 2-0 count. Pitch is sitting out over the plate, elevated maybe a little bit more than Lance Lynn wanted to. Two-seam fastball running away, but you don't want to shoot corners. You take too many chances and go to a 3-0 count. But good job by Descalso not to pull off that ball and hit it into that left field gap.
Now Jesse Chavez has picked up a baseball, beginning to loosen in the bullpen. The former Cub, former Ranger, now Ranger. Kind of modern day Fergie Jenkins, I guess, in this one. Oh, I don't know. Hamels, I guess, could be too. Bouncer up the middle, and that one just past Odor. Around third base, Descalso. He'll score without a throw, and this game is tied. Jason Hayward didn't waste any time. First pitch hacking, and we've got a new ball game.
It's a great effort by Rougned Odor. A lot of times you'll hear talk about knocking ground balls down when you have a runner at second base, and you try to do that so the ball doesn't get through and you can stop the guy at second from scoring. And watch Rougned giving it everything he possibly has to try to knock this ball down. He's not even in your screen when that ball is hit. Tremendous effort. Couldn't quite come up with it. And allows Descalso to score easily.
Now a bunt laid down third base side. Lynn will barehand throw to first. And you can tell more of the sacrifice moves Hayward into scoring position, representing the go-ahead run.
So we'll see how this plays out. This is a good example for me of when I really don't like the sacrifice, but I'm not afraid of it. And I know late in the game, close game, it's not necessarily a terrible idea. advanced metrics really kind of shy away from the bunt. But what happened there for me, which I think is an advantage for the Rangers, 2 base hits, score a run, now you just give them an out. And you kind of change that momentum a little bit. That's the one, as a pitcher, I'm saying thank you.
Now Woody out there, have a word with Lynn. And he's going to let him stay in the ballgame. Normally when the skipper heads out, you assume there's a pitching change. It'll be interesting to talk to him about that later and see what he had in mind, whether it was simply to discuss what to do with Caratini or if he was trying to gauge his starter. There's the line so far today for Lynn. I love the no walks.
So what most managers tell you is when they go out there, they want to get a read on the pitcher. Body language. They'll ask him a question, listen to what he has to say, but it's not so much what he says, but how he says it. When it's the manager, rarely is it about strategy.
Caratini takes strike 1. What? And some managers tell me in the past too, and Phil Garner notably comes to mind. He said, my decision was made. I had to know before I crossed the chalk line what I was doing. It's like I could not go out there with, you know, an open-ended, we'll gauge it. He's like, I knew.
We've seen guys fight to stay in games. We've seen pitchers be successful in keeping themselves in games. Was it Rich Hill with Dave Roberts, where Dave Roberts wasn't even going to take him out, but Rich Hill started handing the ball, walking away. He's like, all right, I guess you're out of the game. Like, he didn't even make a sign to the bullpen. And there was an assumption made. At that point, you have no choice but to take a guy out.
1-2 on Caratini. Now the catcher today has a double and struck out. Woody's sticking with his starter Lynn here. As he gets closer still to 100 pitches for the day. The 1-2. Good block back there by Mathis.
It's a really good job. Good depth on that breaking ball too. 1-2 count. You're going for that swing and miss. You want this pitch below the zone. Good tight downward movement on that breaking ball. You see it there, and a great job by Mathis. That's interesting technique. You see the right arm go flat up against his body. You don't see that as much. Chris asked him about that. He's so good at what he does behind home plate.
Got in on him. 2-2 on Caratini.
Guy tried to catch that ball, hit his forearms, and then rolled right into the hands of the lady sitting down next to him.
Well, Lance Lynn has given this team a great effort so far here this afternoon. Pitch number 100. And it's a swing and a miss. Strike 3. Strikes out Caratini. And they're 2 away.
I mentioned the earlier breaking ball that we saw in the dirt. How about Fox Tracks with everything being on the inner third to Caratini in that at bat? And then breaking ball finishes just in off the plate. Nice tight late breaking pitch right there.
So now back to the top with Ben Zobrist, who's 1 for 3.
Fourth time through the order here for Lance Lynn.
And he gets that one right in there for a strike. Now that's another spot here where the skipper is showing some trust and confidence in his starter. Tie game, the potential go-ahead run in scoring position. And Zobrist, real good hitter. 1-1 the count for the 4th time today. Bouncer, left side, and that one gets through. Up with the baseball quickly and left. Gallo. Strong arm, but it's over the plate offline. Cubs have retaken the lead on the base hit by Zobrist. It's 6-5. Well, he got a ground ball, but just a bit too far to the left of Asdrubal Cabrera.
Now Woody's going to head out and go ahead and take Lance Lynn out of this game. But really was a great effort. You look at that total line, see the 6 runs. Maybe you don't think so, but he pitched very well this afternoon.
Jesse Chavez coming on for the Rangers next.
Sports fans are gearing up at NBAstore.com, the official store of the NBA, with officially licensed fan gear from the most trusted brands like Nike. Unique one-of-a-kind designs exclusively by Fanatics, and autographed collectibles from today's biggest stars shipped directly to your home. Visit NBAstore.com today. Shop now and get today's special offer. NBAstore.com, a Fanatics experience.
I'm Drew Brees, and I'm a quarterback.
I'm Alex Ruiz, and I'm a quarterback.
I've thrown a touchdown pass to win a game.
I've thrown a touchdown pass to win a game.
I've experienced victory and defeat.
Victory and defeat.
But I've never had to fight back after losing my leg. I salute challenged athletes like Alex Ruiz, the true heroes of sport.
Thanks to CAF, I'm getting back into the game.
At this point of year, every point is huge.
Wind down, and Ben Bishop has done it again. Getaway day at the Trop. It's a Chevy game break. I'm John Radigan. It's tied at 1 in the third between the Rays and the Astros. Austin Meadows goes deep to center. Astros are getting away to here. They're here tomorrow, and they have a 1-3 record after losing 3-1 today to the Tampa Bay Rays, guys.
Yeah, thanks, John. Slower start for the Astros. By the way, we'll see Peacock on Monday, Verlander on Tuesday. Garrett Cole will go Wednesday for Houston. Meanwhile, here, Jesse Chavez has come on with 2 out in the 6th inning to face Chris Bryant.
Of course, Jesse last season started with the Rangers, traded to the Chicago Cubs at the deadline, pitched incredibly well for them. Now back with the Rangers on a 2-year contract.
And his first offering in there for a strike.
Take a look at the pitch arsenal for Jesse. It's a big one. It's a full one for a reliever. Both kinds of fastballs. You'll see the cutter, changeup, slider, curveball for Jesse, and he does use those pitches. I don't want to say equally, but certainly the slider and the cutter get a lot of usage of the secondary offerings.
Ground ball up the middle. Nice smother by Odor. The throw to first will be late. Great job by Odor to get to that baseball, but really no play to be had.
Well, we've seen it twice now where Rougned Odor has just been all over the infield. The work that he put in last year a lot had to do with improving range. His ball was pretty hard hit. The fact that he got to it and even thought about making that throw just really kind of tells the story of what he has done over this last year defensively. It would have taken a stronger throw than I think any big leaguer could have made to get Chris Bryant. He even looked up surprised that Rugi had made the throw, but a good job getting to that ball.
Yeah, I'm wondering, is that a, maybe a little too high risk throw to be making?
Maybe a little bit. Maybe has no chance at getting him. They actually might have had an outside chance, maybe a better chance at second than first in that spot we saw the other day. Yesterday, tried to make a throw from his knees. At second, that kind of handcuffed Elvis a little bit.
Well, 2 base runners now for Anthony Rizzo.
So even though you got these lefties coming up, 4 out of the next 5. Jesse Chavez, good splits right down the middle, 233 against lefties, 234 against righties since the beginning of last season.
Right in there. 1-1. Rizzo 0 for 3 so far today. 1 hit in the series. But has put some really tough at bats on Rangers pitchers. He's drawn 4 walks. Big spot here. Chavez wants to keep it a one-run game, and that one tight. 2-1.
That's 2 in a row, or 2 out of 3, I should say, that Jesse Chavez kind of worked inside there to Anthony Rizzo. We talk about him a lot because of the unique approach that he takes right on top of the plate. Jesse knows it. He's seen it as an opponent, as a teammate. He doesn't want Rizzo too comfortable up there, and so make sure he knows he's not afraid to drive that ball in.
Fouled away. It's 2-2. Left-hander Kyle Bird getting loose out of the Rangers' pen. This one on the ground, and that one is through. Zobrist will score. Into third base, Bryant. And the Cubs lead by 2 on the Anthony Rizzo RBI single.
It's a pretty good pitch from Jesse Chavez. This one looked to be below the zone. Let's watch the glove of Mathis. Absolutely it is. And it's a changeup. We want it a little bit further away, but I mean, my goodness, that is what, 8 inches off the ground. Give Rizzo a little bit of credit.
Well, and the one thing, of course, you score the run. That's tough. Comes with 2 outs. That's tough. But now worse, you have to deal with Javi Baez with runners on. And a good first pitch in there for a strike.
Baez homered off of Jesse, right, in that opening game.
First pitch he offered, I believe.
First pitch, and took him the other way. Jesse comes right back and paints a 92-mile-an-hour fastball on the outside corner.
One and one. And that last run, by the way, does get charged to Lance Lynn's line. So Lynn responsible for all 7 Cubs runs that have scored today. Little roller toward third. That's a tough play. In fact, there will not be one. Another run scores. And that's about as tough a luck run that you'll give up in a game. Cubs now with a 3-run lead.
So frustrating for the Rangers, for Jesse Chavez. He's made some good pitches here, a couple against a couple of really good hitters. And that's the result you're going to get, and there's absolutely nothing Asdrubal Cabrera could do.
And so Woody heads out there, and he'll take the baseball from Chavez. 3 straight singles. Jesse is done. The Cubs will have batted around with the left-hander. Kyle Bird comes on.
Sports fans are gearing up at Fanatics.com, the world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear. From all the leagues, teams, and players you love. Shop now and get today's special offer. Fanatics.com, officially licensed everything.
The countdown to the Cup continues on FS1.
This is spectacular.
Led by Alex Morgan and Megan Rapinoe.
The shot, Rapinoe.
The U.S. women's national team prepares to defend their title this summer.
Goal for the United States.
As a showdown against World Cup contender Australia awaits. USA Australia. Thursday at 9 Eastern on FS1. Sponsored by Volkswagen, the presenting partner of U.S. Soccer.
If you want a car from a company that's been building them for 115 years, get a Ford. If you want Waze and Amazon Alexa compatibility, get a Ford. If you want a car that doesn't have any of that, get anything but a Ford. Otherwise, you're gonna want a Ford.
Now, current owners can get a 2019 Explorer with 0% financing for 66 months with $3,000 cash back. Only at your best in Texas Ford dealer.
Before the leading-edge treatment. Before the life-saving drug. Before the promise, the hope, and the cure comes groundbreaking research. UT Southwestern Medical Center has blazed a trail of discovery focused on the health and well-being of the patients it serves. And once again, it has been ranked the #1 hospital in DFW by U.S. News & World Report. UT Southwestern, the future of medicine, today.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in our coverage on Fox Sports.
Great seats, eh, buddy? These fans, I love them. Hey, Friday, April 12th. Yeah, that's on our next homestand, Rangers and A's. And then after the game, our first T-Mobile Friday fireworks show. We have a baseball-themed soundtrack to accompany the fireworks. Go to TexasRangers.com or call 972-RANGERS to get those tickets today. Cabrera to start things off. In the bottom of the 6th inning for the Rangers, Tyler Chatwood is the new pitcher.
See, Chatwood last year, most of that came in the rotation, 24 games, high ERA. Really had an issue with walks.
Tapper over to the right side. One away.
First baseman, Logan Forsythe.
All right, Logan Forsythe. Big walk in that 4th inning preceding the DeShields grand slam. Rangers got all 5 runs in the 4th off Hamels, who was out of the game. Cole Hamels ended up going 5 innings, allowed 5 runs on 6 hits. Walked 3, struck out 4. And so the Cubs bullpen has it from here, and Chatwood pumps in strike 1. Second season with the Cubs for Chatwood. Oh, another perfectly placed fastball, 0-2.
It's encouraging for the Cubs to see here early on. I mentioned those struggles. Walk rate last year is 8.3 per 9 for Tyler Chatwood. League average is about 3.3. 103 innings pitched. That's it. He still led the league in walks. 95 of them a year ago.
Well, Chopper by the mound, charging from short Baez with a bearing of the throw just in time. Nice defensive play by Javier Baez. 2 away. Well, how about a quick word here from our friends over at TD Ameritrade?
Will the TD Ameritrade trade desk gut check my trade strategy? Should I shave my beard? That's what I thought.
Okay, 2 down. Base is empty for Jeff Mathis. And he swings and hits one well out to center field. Long run, Almora back to the wall. It is gone! Mathis sneaks it over the center field fence. First home run of the year for Mathis. And it's an 8-6 ball game.
Well, happy birthday, Jeff Mathis, hitting a home run on his 36th birthday. What a nice moment for him, and also, probably more importantly, getting the Rangers here a little bit closer for the veteran of 15 seasons in the major leagues. His 49th home run of his career. You saw that ball just kind of spinning in the middle of the strike zone. That was a slider at 89 miles per hour. And trust me, there is a baseball game going on. And no, you're not in London. So what the London series is going to look like when the Red Sox and Yankees go there?
This ball lifted down the right side and toward foul ground and into the seats.
Chuck Morgan, right? No smoking.
Please.
Here at Globe Life Park.
So a 2-run game now as the smoke starts to clear. Shields with a grand slam in the 4th inning. 1 for 2 with a walk. And he'll ask for time. Now the pitch. And this one off the handle. Descalso is there. And that will end the inning. But the Rangers get a run back. Jeff Mathis, great job behind the plate today. But on his birthday, sends one over the fence in the 2-run game.
How do great rivalries begin? The tension builds over decades.
Down to 2. It's a 3. Good!
Sometimes it can happen in the play, yeah.
Look out here. Irving.
You never know when it's going to pop off.
All it takes is one big play, and it's on.
Kawhi Leonard. Good! Giannis.
Our biggest rivals, whoever we're playing that night.
3 on the way. Yes! Paul George nails it.
Yeah, let's give up.
I would say it's. I would say it's. I would say it's.
Sports in Texas. It's where we all come together. It's our lifestyle. It's family. It's our home. And it doesn't get any better than this. Fox Sports Southwest, where we all defend home. Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in our coverage on Fox Sports.
Rangers win it. Esteban Beltre with a single to right, and the Rangers have won the first ever at night and the first ever in the ballpark in Arlington.
That first ever win in this ballpark back in 1994 was against the Milwaukee Brewers. So, you know, it would be interesting to get their second win of this season against a National League team. Of course, Milwaukee at the time, an American League club. Now a National League club in the Cubs division. Mike Montgomery is on, as I mentioned before the break, to pitch.
That's right. For the left-hander, fastball sits at 92 miles an hour. He's got a slider, curveball, changeup as well. Respectable season last year, 124 innings. A guy that can use in multiple roles as both a starter and reliever, much like Tyler Chatwood. And as we saw, Jose Quintana, who is a starter but pitched out of the bullpen yesterday and gave Joe Maddon's club, 4 innings when it was all said and done?
Quintana, 8 strikeouts in those 4 innings. Mazara did not love that first pitch that was several inches off the plate and called a strike.
We hung a changeup to Nomar in the opening game, and Nomar hit just an absolute bomb. Was it 482?
482 feet, yeah.
Love to see another one of those. Be a great time. Threw a home run yesterday to take the lead and lock things down. That was Joey Gallo. Now it's Nomar's turn.
1-1. So let's go back to Thursday. It was pretty fun.
Wind blowing, and they were trying to go down with the changeup. Never throw one up intentionally. And just kept going and going. Right, it's the first time I noticed that woman. Do you see her? Did it get her in the chest?
I don't know if it got her in the chest or the legs. She was just kind of...
She was cold. She looked a little cold.
And maybe that's what it was. I was going to say, she's one going to move.
There they are. Since 2005, when we started measuring via StatCast. For Joey, one more foot.
Oh, this one into right field, base hit. Gallo around third, he'll score. Heading to third base, Pence. They'll wave him to the plate. We've got a tie game, and going to third base, Mazzara. A triple. And we're all square at
8. Nomar Mazzara continuing to put impressive at-bats together so far this season against left-handed pitching, and he does it against the same guy that he hit that monster bomb off of. There's a good look at the fastball. Did not get away where Caratini wanted it. You see the glove. He came back over the plate. And as much as we talk about Nomar Mazzara's lower launch angle, there's something to love about a line drive hitter who can do things like this. Clear those bases with a triple.
More late inning heroics. Cabrera shoots that foul out of play. Well, you see Montgomery annoyed out on the mound. The Rangers fans now making a little more noise. In the air, foul and out of play. The go-ahead run 90 feet away for Cabrera. 1 for 2 today with a sac fly.
Those triples are rare for Nomar Mazzara. Just 1 last year, 2 years ago, and then 3 in his rookie year. Changeup from Mike Montgomery, pretty well located, and Asdrubal Cabrera barely got a piece of it, and it hit the left kneecap to Caratini. Been a tough day for him early on. Made a nice play on a pop-up, but slammed his head in that first inning. There was some concern whether or not he would stay in this game.
The 0-2 to Cabrera. And off the plate. Near miss. 1-2. Cabrera 1 for 4 against Montgomery coming into this series. A ton of familiarity with him. The switch hitter over at the right side. And the lefty's pitch. Another foul ball. Now the skipper looking on, along with one of the real captains and leaders of this team, Rougned Odor. He was out there anxiously waving everybody on.
The energy is really something to watch this year with this club. These guys are all the way in, backing each other up, getting excited. We heard it in Joey Gallo's voice yesterday, post-game. Talked about it going into spring training. The group of guys that are here full-time, working together in the offseason, they are truly invested in each other, and the emotions come across him. That guy's smiling regardless of the situation, and always been loose, but there's a new energy here, I think, with this group that we're starting to notice, especially as some of these younger guys kind of grow up, become a bigger part of this club. It's an exciting time right now, and it's a fun group to watch.
It's good to see Elvis doing a little base running coaching from the dugout over there to Mazzara.
And get out of his shell a little bit.
Inside and low, 2-2.
I think they're probably making fun of Nomar. My guess would be, looked like he ran into a little bit of a wall between second and third. Started to slow down a little bit. Mentioned the triple is a rare feat for Nomar. Just 1 last year. That's the 7th triple of his career.
Well, they'd like to get him 90 more feet here. See if Cabrera can get him home. The 2-2 pitch. In the dirt. What an at-bat. He has really made Montgomery work here. Fouled off a handful of pitches. He's worked the count full. We'll see a 9th pitch here in a moment. Here it comes. And a swing and a drive down the left field line, and that one is gone! Just stayed inside the pole. It's a two-run homer. And Cabrera has put the Rangers in front. Holy smokes!
I thought that ball was hooking foul when I saw a cross, but then I looked down and I saw Asdrubal Cabrera. He knew that it was fair. Not easy to do for a right-handed hitter, especially against the lefty when you're hooking a pitch, to be able to keep it fair. Asdrubal Cabrera able to do it in a huge spot here. Another changeup, so you figure he's going to be out front a little bit. And that's usually a pitch that gets hooked. And he does just enough to keep this thing fair. Keep an eye on it. Oh, he caught the outside of the pole.
Oh, my. That's some good camera work right there.
That's why, I thought for sure that was foul. That is amazing. There is yellow paint on that baseball right now.
Man alive.
One of the things we talked about with Cabrera, it was such a great sign for the Rangers. First of all, bringing a established guy to play third, not to answer those Adrian Beltre questions, but also the fact that first of all, he's been great in this ballpark. You see that there, but his OPS last year would have been the second highest on the Rangers. This guy can hit.
Yeah. And he's made some plays at third already this season. Today on a blistering shot down to the hot corner. But boy, that home run, that's a biggie. Inside 3-1 on Forsythe. Tell you what, a double play early in the inning. Looked like it might be a quiet one, but with 2 outs, a base hit, a walk, a triple, a homer, and now another walk. Forsythe is on. It's happening fast for Joe Madden and his bullpen, and he is signaled again. It's a 7th inning rally for the Rangers. 4 runs already across. Nomar Mazara, a triple to tie it. But then it was Asdrubal Cabrera right off the pole, and the Rangers up by 2.
Today at Whataburger, we're cooking the Buffalo Ranch Chicken Strip Sandwich. You asked for it, and it's back. We got 3 chicken strips, 2 slices of Monterey Jack cheese, topped with Whataburger's own buffalo sauce, a little bit of buttermilk ranch. The combination is just right.
It's crunchy, and then it's spicy, and then it's cool. Your mouth is exploding with flavor. It just all works together, and then you add the cheese in there.
It kind of wakes me up, honestly. My goodness. I can see myself getting this every time I come here.
The Buffalo Ranch Chicken Strip Sandwich. That's back, and it's only for a limited time.
One of the first things I was looking forward to when retiring was being a fan. On the field, all you hear is up there, your mother.
You telling me your parents didn't yell at you from time to time? Them same fans get frustrated. Like, the players don't care as much as I do.
Whitlock, I'm sorry, it's a hate-love relationship.
I disagree.
You disagree?
No, I disagree.
Let me drop a ball and see what happens on Twitter.
C.A. Wilson Appliance and Mattress. Your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Sealy savings. Experience Sealy's Posturepedic technology, giving you targeted support right where you need it most. Why shop for appliances where the motto is do it yourself, when you can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day? Shop now and save at C.A. Wilson Appliance and Mattress. Your dependable independent.
It's spring breakout at Gateway Buick GMC. The area's best selection of new Buicks and GMCs are priced to sell fast. New 2019 GMC Sierra Crew Cabs are $11,000 off MSRP. New 2019 GMC Terrains and the 2019 Buick Encores, your choice for only $199 a month. Plus, get 18 months free maintenance and free car washes for life. The spring breakout is busting out early with the year's best savings. So hurry to LBJ and Jupiter, where Gateway's got it.
Sports fans are gearing up at NBAstore.com, the official store of the NBA, with officially licensed fan gear from the most trusted brands like Nike. Unique one-of-a-kind designs exclusively by Fanatics, and autographed collectibles from today's biggest stars shipped directly to your home. Visit NBAstore.com today. Shop now and get today's special offer. NBAstore.com, a Fanatics experience.
The countdown to the Cup continues on FS1.
This is spectacular.
Led by Alex Morgan and Megan Rapinoe.
The shot, Rapinoe.
The U.S. women's national team prepares to defend their title this summer.
Goal for the United States.
As a showdown against World Cup contender Australia awaits. USA-Australia. Thursday at 9 Eastern on FS1. Sponsored by Volkswagen, the presenting partner of U.S. Soccer.
Fox Sports Southwest is your home for Rangers baseball all season long. All the great plays. The biggest hits. In division rivalries. Don't miss a moment. Rangers baseball all season long on Fox Sports Southwest and streaming live on Fox Sports Go. Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in our coverage on Fox Sports.
Another wild ride so far this afternoon as we head to the 8th in a 2-run game. And looking ahead, Saturday, April 20th. It's a 7 o'clock game. Rangers and Astros again. The first 15,000 fans are going to get a Snapple Tom Thumb batting champs Michael Young bobblehead. It's the first in a 2-part series. You get your tickets at TexasRangers.com or by calling 972-RANGERS. The Rangers make a change at first base. Ronald Guzman comes on defensively here in the 8th inning. Chris Martin back out for some more work here in his first offering. Up high for a ball to Rizzo.
This is kind of how Chris Woodward would like to have it set up. Nice job by Martin to finish off Chris Bryant. 3-pitch strikeout to finish the 7th inning. And now if he can get through this inning and hand it off to Jose Leclerc, that's what he envisioned kind of being the formula.
Oh boy, Rizzo just pounded that one deep out to right field and gone. That was not a cheapie. A blast by Rizzo to make it a 1-run game. And for Rizzo, his first home run of the year. He's driven in 2 today. 10-9.
Such a dangerous lineup up and down. We've talked about it throughout the entire series. At fastball is middle, they were trying to go away, and with Rizzo right on top of the plate, that's middle in to an average hitter, which is a great opportunity to pull, and he was able to get the barrel to it. Hit it pretty hard.
434 feet for Rizzo. And now Javi Baez, things don't get a whole lot easier. Hard ground ball up the middle, and that one squirts through. And so Baez is on. Again, you see the quick infield and what that means for somebody like Elvis.
And that one didn't feel like it was hit nearly as hard. Take a look at here. Some top spin on it. It gets through pretty quickly. We saw Baez with the weak contact infield single earlier in the game. Back in the 6th inning, drove in a run. Now for Chris Martin, as you mentioned, this lineup goes deep, but trying to find a way to get the ball on the ground. But he is a strikeout pitcher. That is what he does best first. He goes against Kyle Schwarber next.
Well, the Cubs fans have woken up again here. Oh, 1-1. Kyle Schwarber, 95 miles per hour with that fastball. Schwarber had the earlier home run. He's also walked. Martin, the 4th pitcher of the day for the Rangers. Lance Lynn started, pitched into the 6th inning with 5 2/3. Jesse Chavez, Kyle Bird, and now Martin in relief. Mathis wants it up a little bit. He got it there. A little too high, 1-1.
So Chris Martin likes using that high fastball. We've talked about it all afternoon. Not a call that he's going to get, although our Fox tracks had that pretty close to the top of the strike zone. James Hoy's going to force you to bring that down just a little bit lower.
Now the 2-1. And he found the outside edge, 96 miles per hour with that one. Evens the count. Schwarber, the fifth-place hitter for the Cubs. He's had a good day. The bottom of the order has been really tough. Martin's 2-2 pitch and called strike 3, 1 away.
Schwarber's upset, but this absolutely was a strike and a great pitch from Chris Martin. Watch this ball come back and catch plenty of plate. It wasn't up. It was every bit a strike. And fantastic execution. Late movement. Almost like a left-handed cutter that two-seam fastball looked like.
So 1 away. And Descalso. Descalso's been a tough out today. Double, a single. He has scored twice.
Tough guy to double up. Just 2 ground ball double plays last year in his 424 plate appearances.
Baez had a huge jump. He's running, and Mathis caught a little off balance. Really didn't have a chance on that one. Baez was taking kind of a hopping lead off first base and then just bolted.
Yeah, earlier when Baez was on first, the lead had been pretty short. You kind of wonder a little bit if he put the Rangers to sleep. Watch it there. That's that secondary kind of delayed steal, right? Straight steal is a guy takes off. With that is hop. It wasn't a full delayed steal. You see that there, and that's what happened with Mathis. He got him. He thought that he took such an aggressive secondary that he was going to have a chance to pick him off first base. And actually what Baez was doing was trying to set Mathis and Martin up. It's kind of a fast delayed steal. I think that delayed steal usually happens a little bit slower than that, but he got Mathis to look at first, and that gave him no chance to throw down to second.
Second stolen base for Baez in this series. Jose Leclerc getting ready.
It goes into the scouting report for all the advanced scouts watching the Cubs. Things that they may do. Who knows if Javi Baez breaks out at any other time than when he's potentially the tying run. Sneaky.
2-1 the count on Descalso. That's a big stolen base. A tying run now out there in scoring position.
That's risky against the guy who throws extremely well. And Jeff Mathis, he wasn't going to try to straight steal.
Cubs are 6 for 16 with runners in scoring position today. A lot of opportunities for both teams today. Base runners aplenty. That's a big one out there at second base right now. Rangers have fought back from behind on 2 occasions in this one to take the lead. Martin trying to hold it, a very slim one at the moment. The 2-2. And this one through into left field. That's a base hit. Baez off and running. The throw from Gallo. Way offline. Tied up again.
I got to tell you, I thought that Joey Gallo was going to absolutely nail Javi Baez. We know the incredibly strong arm that he has. There looked like there might have been a little bit of hesitation on his part. Maybe surprised that Baez went because this ball was hit pretty hard. So let's see what happens here with Joey. He gets it here. He takes a look, and you see that little bump right there? And then he tried to rush it, going way up the line. Almost hit Chris Martin. Get a better look right here. Oh, okay. It was just on the exchange. It wasn't hesitation. He just had a little bit of an issue on the exchange. Martin was expecting Mathis to catch it. That could have been a lot worse. Right now they're checking on Chris Martin to make sure that he's okay.
Well, that throw was a big deal because it also allowed now the potential go-ahead run to get to second base. Bodie has come on to pinch run here for Chicago. So Descalso out of the game. David Bodie, a potential go-ahead run for the Cubs. And 2 runs into this 8th inning. By the way, now every Cub in the starting lineup has a hit, as we noted earlier, and now they have all scored. No error on the throw. Descalso simply advanced on it, and now a high fly ball out to, well, just back of second base. Andrews tucks it away. There are 2 gone. So Hayward gives the Rangers a quick and easy out. And now here is Albert Almora Jr., who's driven in a run today, has an infield hit, a sac bunt, the RBI fielder's choice. So kind of a busy, albeit eclectic day today for him. And Woody out of the dugout, he has signaled to the bullpen. Martin is done, and Jose Leclerc, Rangers closer, inheriting a tie game here with a go-ahead run in scoring position.
Diamonds at their lowest price in years. Half-carat solitaires are now $3.99, 1-carat $7.90, 2-carat $9.50 per carat, plus 1-carat studs $3.99. Insane prices on thousands of GIA diamonds and designer rings. Buy direct. The Jewelry Exchange, Irving.
Support your favorite college at Fanatics.com. The largest assortment of officially licensed fan gear from more than 500 colleges. Every conference, every team. Shop now and get today's special offer. Fanatics.com. Officially licensed everything.
History doesn't just happen. People make it. Jackie Robinson made history by taking the field. You too can make history. Help Jackie Robinson Foundation scholars become the next generation of trailblazers and history makers. To support the Jackie Robinson Foundation, visit www.jackierobinson.org.
Yeah, let's get well today.
I would say it's. I would say it's. I would say it's.
What's the best part of being there live? Being right up against the action.
To really be there for my team.
To witness history.
Best part about being here live, you don't just watch it. You feel it. Live only happens once.
I put my city on and my committee on. Yeah, it's a pity I got everybody looking at me. I put my shades on, that's how I play on. So it's no wonder I got everybody looking at me. I see them watching, I see them plotting.
We may have been kids when it was built, but together we shut it down.
I got everybody looking at me.
Over 100 years ago, we were talking about the Model T. Now here we are, talking about winning the most J.D. Power IQS and Appeal Awards, talking about driver assist technology, talking about the highest customer loyalty in the country. But that's enough talking. Seriously, that was a lot of talking. Back to building.
Now, current owners can get a 2019 Escape with $4,500 cash back. Only at your Best in Texas Ford dealer.
the chance to enjoy family, the possibility of a bright future, the opportunity to watch your children grow. UT Southwestern Medical Center is dedicated to the health and well-being of the patients it serves. And once again, it has been ranked the #1 hospital in DFW by US News and World Report. But sometimes, the best awards come straight from the heart. UT Southwestern, the future of medicine, today.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in our coverage on Fox Sports.
Little glance at our game summary here today. Tied at 10 going to the 9th inning. Lots of home runs, some key ones by the Rangers.
That's been fun to watch the long ball, at least when the good guys are doing it. Not when these guys are doing it. Kyle Schwarber opposite field. Nice catch in the hat by Rosario. But this one was perhaps the greatest of the day. That grand slam from Delano DeShields, and then Jeff Mathis getting in on the action, his first as a Ranger. And this guy also his first as a Ranger. Escobar Cabrera off the foul pole with the W. And then the big one from Anthony Rizzo. That brought the Cubs within one. They scored one more in that inning, and we are all knotted at 10, as you mentioned, here in the 10th inning.
So Leclerc, he got the final out of the 9th inning. And now here in the 10th. It was after Caratini. Pardon me, 8th inning and 9th inning. One and one to count. Caratini's had a pretty good day. You mentioned earlier, flashing back to what was now hours ago, when he caught a pop-up and fell backward. And when he did so, that was the second out of the first inning. He snapped his head back onto the turf, and it looked like he might not be able to stay in the ball game. But now as he's done so, he's stayed in this whole way. He's contributed a couple of hits and scored a run. Given a day to their regular catcher, Wilson Contreras. Longer look in that time by Leclerc, and Caratini asked for time. Full count. Well, it looks like both these clubs are going to put some pressure on opposing pitchers this year. If we're to take anything away from this first series, Cubs, we knew coming in, this Cubs team would be a tough challenge for Rangers pitching. All 8 of their regulars back this year off a 95-win season last year. A season in which they scored almost 800 runs. The Rangers, I will say, we've heard a lot about it, and we saw some of it in spring training, but it's been pretty impressive, the overall offensive approach for these first 3 games.
Yeah, so far so good. The real challenge will come, and this is something that Chris Woodward kind of prides himself on, is when there are struggles, when you go through slumps, can you continue to stick with what you're working on? That's where it gets really hard, because you've had a certain level of success that has made you a big leaguer and kept you in the big leagues. Well, Chris Woodward and Luis Ortiz is challenging these guys to be great. You have to be the best you can possibly be. Don't just be content with keeping your head above water or holding a big league job and being a contributor, but how do we take that game to the next level? In the process of doing that, if you're going through a tough streak, it could be real hard, but as you mentioned, so far so good.
Caratini, an extended at bat, works the walk to start this 9th inning. And pitching coach Julio Rangel talking about things right now with Woody. And look, you got your best guy out there. Now a pinch runner. Caratini will come off the field. And interesting, Wilson Contreras will pinch run for him. So a catcher, pinch running for a catcher. Zobrist, the hitter, and he takes a strike. 97 that time from Leclerc. Leclerc, the 5th pitcher of the day for the Rangers. Seems like a while ago, but Lance Lynn with 5 2/3 today. And after the Rangers' big 5-run explosion in the 4th inning, highlighted by the DeShields grand slam, Lynn turned in perhaps the most impressive half inning yet. That was that 9-pitch shutdown inning in the 5th.
Good size lead over there.
Contreras trying to make himself an issue. Eleven career steals in the major leagues for Contreras. Ground ball, third base. Cabrera to second, one. Odor whips it to first. In time, double play. And that's a big one. Around the horn, 5-4 to 3.
Good job by Jose Leclerc not to get distracted by the antics of Contreras and still executing a pitch. This ball had a little bit of funky spin on it, but not an issue at all for Asdrubal Cabrera. I mean, you look at how quickly he got that ball out of his glove, and that makes this possible. Listen, that is close by about a half a step. He takes just a little bit longer, does Cabrera, to get it out of his glove. That's probably not a double play. Great job all the way around.
So the base is empty for Chris Bryant. And he'll walk this back out of play for strike one. Boy, they needed a big defensive play and got it right there. But now, still a hefty task ahead of Leclerc. Right, a very dangerous hitter. 2 hits today. There's a home run and a double in the series. And a little nubber. First base side. Guzman has it. He'll go to the bag. And the bottom of the 9th is next. Rangers will be looking at Joey Gallo. The big thumper will lead things off in a pivotal 9th inning now.
I'm feeling good.
Make the most of your business card with Vistaprint. 500 standard cards start at just $9.99 with code BC Now. Own the now with Vistaprint.
I'm Drew Brees, and I'm a quarterback.
I'm Alex Ruiz, and I'm a quarterback.
I've thrown a touchdown pass to win a game.
I've thrown a touchdown pass to win a game.
I've experienced victory and defeat.
Victory and defeat.
But I've never had to fight back after losing my leg. I salute challenged athletes like Alex Ruiz, the true heroes of sport.
Thanks to CAF, I'm getting back into the game.
And at this point of year, every point is huge. He scores! Got the finish up, score! Tyler Big spin move at center. Alexander Radulov back on the board. Gonna wind down, and Ben Bishop has done it again.
Shot of his life. What a chip. Watch out for this one. Better believe it. What a way to win.
This for the U.S. Open.
Sports fans are gearing up at Fanatics.com, the world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear from all the leagues, teams, and players you love. Shop now and get today's special offer. Fanatics.com, officially licensed everything.
How do great rivalries begin? The tension builds over decades.
Down to 2, it's a 3. Good!
Sometimes it can happen in the play, yes.
Walk out here. Irving.
You never know when it's going to pop off.
All it takes is one big play, and it's on.
Kawhi Leonard. Good. Giannis.
Our biggest rivals, whoever we're playing that night.
3 on the way. Yes! Paul George nails it.
The countdown to the Cup continues on FS1.
This is spectacular.
Led by Alex Morgan and Megan Rapinoe.
The shot, Rapinoe!
The U.S. women's national team prepares to defend their title this summer.
Goal for the United States!
As a showdown against World Cup contender Australia awaits. USA-Australia. Thursday at 9 Eastern on FS1. Sponsored by Volkswagen, the presenting partner of U.S. Soccer.
The Globe Life Texas Rangers Baseball and Softball Grant Program is accepting applications now. Eligible organizations in these states could receive a grant for field renovation, equipment needs, or other program improvements. Go to texasrangers.com/grants to apply.
A lot of crooked numbers up on the scoreboard today. Bottom of the ninth inning here at a 10-10 game. And last chance for the Rangers to try to win this one in regulation. Joey Gallo will have to do it against Pedro Strop, the new pitcher.
The right-hander was very good for the Chicago Cubs a year ago, and for Pedro Strop, you'll see a fastball that averages 95 miles an hour. He's got a cutter in there, a slider, changeup as well. Splits were pretty fantastic. He dominated right-handed batters. 155 batting average against lefties. Not much better. 217 against the Cub right-hander a year ago.
Well, he has been in the spotlight for some big moments already in this series.
Yeah, this was against Carl Edwards Jr. to dead center field, a 3-run shot that made the difference for the Rangers. Well, it wouldn't be fun for Joey to do it again.
Strop off the plate with ball one. We talked about the process. 39 of 83 batters have reached base. The last two games for the Rangers, nearly half of them. 2-0. Good patience. They try to work these Cubs pitchers back into the zone, not chasing nearly as much as they did last year. When does I say that? 2-1.
Tough. Joey sitting dead red fastball and thinking about trying to end the game, and Pedro Strop goes off speed and goes below the zone. That's only one swing for Joey.
3-1. And we saw that home run a moment ago, replayed from last night of Carl Edwards Jr., who, by the way, Chu, waiting on deck as a potential pinch hitter here. Get back to Edwards in a minute. This one in the air. Left field carrying well. Back to the wall, and that one is off the base of the fence. Into second base is Gallo. And the Rangers have the potential winning run in scoring position.
The ball comes off Joey Gallo's bat. You just never know. I think for your average left-hander, this would have been a fly ball, but you know it's got a chance to get out of the ballpark. Mislocation on the fastball, sitting down and away. Joey is so strong. He had a chance to actually get this ball out of the ballpark. You see the fans standing up behind him as this thing continued to carry. And just a tough attempt there for Ben Zobrist, who talked about how he plays so many different positions. Unable to come up with that one, and the Rangers sitting in a good spot here. The question becomes now, I guess it's already been answered. Chu's run means nothing. They don't walk him here. All that matters is Joey Gallo right now to the Cubs.
Strop's first pitch, hard ground ball. Second base, it'll advance the runner. One away with a winning run. Now down at third. And some high fives for Chu. Good team baseball right there, moving that man up.
There you go. 5-man infield. Ben Zobrist changing a glove. They'll go to 2 outfielders, 5 infielders. And Joe Maddon's going to come out, talk to his pitcher. I would guess he'll talk to his entire infield and what they decide to do here. Well, you have some choices, right? You can load up the bases, set up a force at every base. That would mean walking Mazzara walking Cabrera, getting to Guzman. Or you go with the unintentional intentional walk, which is throwing some pitches out of the zone, trying to get some swings and misses. If you fall behind, you just go ahead and walk them. We'll see what they're going to do here, how they're going to treat it.
Conversation, a relatively quick one. There's the winning run. A double to start the inning, moved to third on the ground out, and now we'll see the five-man infield take shape. We've talked about this in the past. I'm not a fan of the five-man infield. I think it creates some confusion and just a smidge of hesitation sometimes for guys.
Yep, you got a real infielder in Ben Zobrist, so that helps a little bit, but you're right. It certainly can. Nomar Mazara, not a big fly ball guy. We know that. Line drive hitter. He's just trying to lift something into the outfield, trying to find a way.
And this one gets away. Gallo to the plate, and the Rangers have won it on a wild pitch. How about that?
Well, of every scenario that just ran through my head as far as how Nomar Mazara could win this game, that wasn't one of them, and that's the danger of the intentional walk. If you're going to throw pitches outside the strike zone, trying to get Nomar to expand, you run the risk of throwing a pitch in the dirt, and that is exactly what we just saw with Pedro Strop. Wilson Contreras just came in the game. Remember, he was a pinch runner, so he's just in there now to catch, and he can't get this one. The glove never got down. That thumb was up. Knees never hit the ground. Glove never turned over. He had absolutely no chance at that point, and it's an easy walk-off for the Rangers.
How about that? The Rangers take this series from the Cubs 2-1. One of the heroes is Drupal Cabrera standing by with Emily.
Thank you very much. As Drupal Cabrera, wow, what a game.
Yeah, amazing game. We fight all game and we find the win.
What do you say about the way this team has fought the last 2 games?
You know, the good thing from this team is we fight every inning, every pitch, every bat, and I think that really special and make the team find the win.
It seems like for you really fit into this clubhouse well. You haven't put too much pressure on yourself, expectation on yourself, and we'll continue after this. It's not quite as bad after a win, is it?
Yes, it's always a good feeling when you help the team to win, you know?
For you seem like you're comfortable in this role. You're okay with being the replacement for Adrian Beltre. You've handled everything in stride. You've said you just want to stay within yourself. You know what you can do. How nice is it for you to have been performing the way you have early in the season?
It's really nice to come here and help the team to win, you know? And play the baseman, the position Adrian played for a long time. I mean, it's kind of special, you know. But I'm enjoying it here. I have fun here, so I hope it's a long season to go. I hope we keep doing what we're doing.
We've talked about the process. Chris Woodward talked about the process and, not chasing results. You guys have really bought into that, not even just from the lineup standpoint, from the pitching standpoint. Everyone is doing their job. How important is it to see those results this early on in the wins?
You know what? Good point is we not care to come here and play good baseball. You know, we feel really comfy that we talk about in spring training to have fun. I think that's really important when you come to Europa, have fun and play good baseball.
And then finally, what do you say about the bullpen? You know, obviously, Lynn had a great game, 5 2/3, and then for the bullpen to keep coming back, let you guys keep coming back in.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the bullpen is really important for us. If we stay healthy and we keep doing what we're doing, I mean, we got a really good chance this year.
That's Drupal Cabrera. Thank you so much. Congratulations on the win. We'll send it back now to you guys.
All right, thank you, Emily. What a nice win today for the Rangers. 11-10, the final score. John Radigan, Mark McLemore, Mike Bassett, plenty to talk about after this one. For CJ Nitkowski and Emily Jones, I'm Dave Raymond. Thanks so much for sticking with us, and stay with us. Still a lot more to come after this.
Southwest is your home for Rangers baseball all season long. All the great plays. The biggest hits. And division rivalries.
Don't miss a moment. Rangers baseball all season long on Fox Sports Southwest and streaming live on Fox Sports Go.
Yeah, let's get well today.
I would say it's
History doesn't just happen. People make it. Jackie Robinson made history by taking the field. You too can make history. Help Jackie Robinson Foundation scholars become the next generation of trailblazers and history makers. To support the Jackie Robinson Foundation, visit www.jackie.robinson.org.
One of the first things I was looking forward to when retiring was being a fan. On the field, all you hear is, up there, your mother.
You telling me your parents didn't yell at you from time to time? Them same fans get frustrated. Like, the players don't care as much as I do.
Whitlock, I'm sorry, it's a hate-love relationship.
I disagree.
You disagree?
Oh, I disagree.
Let me drop a ball and see what happens on Twitter.
Fair Game with Christine Leahy. Weekdays at 5:30 Eastern on FS1 and the Fox Sports app.
There's spring cleaning in Stillwater as the Cowgirls break out the brooms, trying to sweep the Texas Longhorns after winning Game 1 and Game 2 in walk-off fashion. Meanwhile,
He hits a home run. Pop up first base side. Guzman into foul ground. And nice play to the backhand.
Tell you what, he is a very good defensive first baseman. The range. Quickly checked where the wall was going to be. Reaches up. It's a real good defensive play.
And that pitch that Trout did hit was a changeup. Not quite as low as the one that Chris Sale threw him.
Bases loaded. 3-2.
Yeah, 3-2 change piece.
Especially when a guy throws upper 90s and it's a 3-2 pitch with the bases loaded. And that, I think the score was what, 5-1 or 5-0 at that point. And all of a sudden that lead was gone.
Goodwin struck out in the second.
Shohei Ohtani getting closer. Had a chance to meet with the press tonight. Seeing live batting practice. Still able to maintain the throwing program as well. Won't be long before you see Shohei Ohtani in that lineup.
Goodwin works the walk. Fourth one issued by Volquez.
Well, there's certainly been some traffic today for the Angels with an opportunity to get all the way back in the game. But Volquez has been able to make the pitch at the right time, whether it was a double play ball or a solid defensive play made in the outfield to help him out. His career ERA versus the West, AL West, not real good, over 6.
One count on Cozart, who grounded out in the second inning. Jeffrey Springs getting ready, the left-hander for Texas. Top of the order, Calhoun on deck. Pretty good lead for Goodwin at first.
And he can run. That looks good. Is that making its way up to the booth shortly, isn't it?
I'm assuming there's nacho chips in there, right?
Yeah,
somewhere?
Somewhere. I'm okay either way.
Two balls, 2 strikes.
That looks good.
That's like a full-size helmet. Hey, why don't they bring back the helmet giveaway?
Yeah, that's
right. The adjustable plastic helmet giveaway.
Yes, I remember that one well. I'd not be surprised if Kozar sees a changeup now. The reason why I say that because I've pitched before 91-mile-an-hour fastball, lower part of the strike zone. He likes to follow that back up with a changeup. And here it looks like it comes.
May not be so thumbs up after you eat that, though. That's for sure.
Yeah, but it's good right now.
It's bueno now.
Yes, it is.
Later, not so much. 2-2. He's got to chase that breaking ball. Full count.
Tell you what, Valdez may not make it through this inning if Kozar's able to reach base. We might see a pitching change.
Got to figure Goodwin's on the move here.
Trust that Kozar, if it's in the strike zone, is going to put it in play.
Doesn't go. Kozar lines with a left field. Gallows there. 2 down. That may have. No. Woodward's coming out. I was going to say maybe bought Volquez another batter, but he's going to go lefty-lefty matchup here.
Cole with a home run off. Volquez leading off the game with a home run on opening the home opener back in 2017 here.
So pitching change. We are in the bottom of the 4th inning. Angels are down 6-2.
How does a business reach peak performance? Faster communication, easier collaboration, better teamwork. That's why high-performance organizations rely on high-performance technology solutions. And who do they choose to help them? Mitel, making communications and collaboration seamless so businesses can stay connected, engage customers and fans, and win at the highest level. The most important calls in baseball and in business are made with Mitel, powering connections for thousands of peak performance organizations worldwide.
Guys, we all get to a stage in our life where we've earned ourselves an upgrade. Age sets in. He's not as hot as he used to be. Should have been sent to the curb a long time ago. Which is why I upgraded.
Here we go.
To a Napoleon grill.
Maybe I deserve the upgrade. Good one, Mom. Yeah. Really, really funny. I thought it was funny.
When the fire goes out in your grilling relationship, upgrade to a Napoleon. Upgrade your grilling game.
What is that?
Mine. Why?
It's